This demonstration will show you how you can use the sorting and filtering capabilities in Microsoft Access. So let's open up the database we just created, and again it's going to give us a security warning, so we can just ignore this. Now over here, to open up the table, you can see the students table that we created in the last demonstration. We can double click on this and it's going to open up the student table we just created. Now we're just going to move this slide over to the side here to give us some more room here on the screen. So the sorting and filtering, it's on the main home ribbon under sort and filter, and you can see the 3 different sort options here, and then there's 4 different filter options over on the side here. So if you want to do some simple sorting by last name, we can click on the last name column and we can do the sorts. Similar in Microsoft Excel, you can do the sort ascending or the sort descending to organize the students by last name. We can also do first name. And we can also do things like the midterm, the final. We can sort by grade on the midterm, the final, even birthdays. So those are some simple sorting right there. Now to get rid of the sorts on here, we can just click on this button here, which is called Clear All Sorts, and we're going to restore it back to the way that it was to begin with here, the order in which we entered the records into the database. Now the filters are a little bit more complicated. It's not just sorting, we can actually only show specific records by using the filter. So if we were to click on, say, last name, the last name column, and choose filter, we can do some different options here. We can do our sorting like we just did, but we can also choose what to show. So if we, right now it's showing everything because the select all is shown, but if we uncheck this and say we only want to show people with the last name Doe, we can check off Doe and hit OK. And now you can see that only 2 records are showing, only the John Doe and the Jane Doe, because their last names are Doe. Now to remove that filter, you see up here there's a remove filter button. We click on that and it's going to restore it back to the way it was. With something like birthdays, let's click on birthday and then click on filter. You can choose certain birthdays that you want to show, or we can do things like show me everyone with a birthday before this date or after this date. So let's do show me anyone with a birthday after, and we can type in a date. We can say January 1st, 1980, and hit OK. And now you notice that it's erased 2 or 3 of these records and it's only showing you people with the birthday after January 1st, 1980. So let's remove that filter. Now a couple other options for filtering. If we were to say click on the last name Mouse, and we do this here, filter by selection. So the current selection that you have, which currently I'm highlighting the last name of Mouse, we can say show me everyone with the last name Mouse. Does not equal Mouse. So let's click on that, and now you've seen that it's taken away the 2 people in the class that have the last name Mouse. So let's remove that filter. Another filter here under advanced filter options, we can do the filter by form. So this is going to create a form for us here, and before I do that, let's just click the we're going to clear all these filters because it's showing the one that I just did. So clear grid there. Okay, so to do a filter by form here, we can type in, say, last name Mouse, and if we apply that filter, it's only showing us the students that have the last name Mouse. Now if I go back to this filter by form option, I'm going to see what I just built here. We can also use some ands and some ors. We can use some mathematical logic here. So we can say show me only those people who have the first name Mickey and the last name Mouse. So let's put in Mickey and Mouse, and we apply that filter. And of course it's only going to show us the 1 record because only 1 person in the class is called Mickey Mouse. So we'll go back to the filter by form. Let's remove that. And anything you put on one of these sheets is going to be an AND, so both of them must be true. Now if we come down here, there's a couple tabs down here. If we click on the OR tab, it's going to create another form for us to filter by. So we can do something like this. We can type in John. So what this is going to do right now, if we go back to the first tab down here at the bottom left, it's going to show us anyone with the last name Mouse or with the first name John. So let's apply that filter, and now you can see there's 4 records. The top record and the bottom record both showed up because they have the first name John, and the 2 middle records here both are shown because they have the last name Mouse. Let's go back to our filter by form, and you can do also some other things such as greater or less than on the numbers. So you can say show me anyone with the last name Mouse or the first name John, but if they have the last name Mouse, they have to have a midterm grade of greater than 60, and neither of them did. So let's go back, and we're just going to change that to greater than 40, apply that, and now one of the people with the last name Mouse is showing up, Mickey Mouse, because he had a midterm grade of greater than 40, and Minnie, if you recall, had a lower midterm grade than that, and that's why she's not showing. So let's just go back and review that one more time. Filter by form. What this filter is going to do, it's going to find anyone with the last name Mouse and has a midterm greater than 40, or it's going to show someone with the first name John. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do these filters, and this kind of relates to the way that we're going to be constructing queries in one of the other demonstrations.